Throughout the Legend of Zelda franchise, there have been many uses for the transformation magic, whether it's a mask ability as shown in Majora's Mask, or a curse that has been laid upon our hero. We all pretty much understand why the masks give Link a transformation, so Link can complete the missions that the four spirits of the masks couldn't. However, it's not entirely explained why Link transforms into a wolf in Twilight Princess, or a bunny in A Link to the Past. Today, I will be joined by CosmicSolGaming to tackle this question. Together, we will be diving headfirst into the mystery as to why Link was given two different forms in two different games. If Link is a reincarnation of the heroes before him, then wouldn't the forms be the same regardless of the curse? How and why does it affect Link in different ways? All great questions, but let's start off with a little information on both reincarnations of Link from these games.
In A Link to the Past, our hero starts out in Hyrule, where he's awakened in the middle of the night by a telepathic message from Princess Zelda. Jumping up to analyze the situation, Link grabs his uncle's lantern and heads towards the castle. Upon arriving through a secret passage to the right side of the castle, Link was greeted to what looked like the death of his beloved uncle. His struggling uncle proclaimed that it is Link's destiny to save the princess and save Hyrule. Later in the game, Link's adventure takes him to the Dark World after defeating Aghanim for the first time. When you enter the Dark World, Link will transform into a pink bunny. This effect can be stopped by acquiring the Moon Pearl from the Tower of Hera, the third and final dungeon in the Light World. Link will now traverse 7 dungeons scattered across the Dark World to save the sages trapped in these dungeons. In said dungeons, Link will occasionally come across a few pots that, when broken, will hold an unbeatable curse called the Bunny Ray. This curse can only be stopped by running away from it long enough or leaving the room in which the curse was summoned. However, if the Bunny Ray makes contact with our hero, he will turn into a defenseless bunny. In this bunny-like state, Link will be unable to use weapons or items for the duration of the Bunny Ray's curse.
Twilight Princess starts out in Ordon Village, where Link is a farmer and helps maintain the animals, as well as various side tasks to help the villagers. Being looked up to by the younger children of the town, Link is thrown into his adventure unexpectedly when his childhood friend Ilia gets kidnapped by the monsters that are now infesting the land of Hyrule. It is now up to Link, who is the newest chosen hero, wielding the Triforce of Courage to go off and save his friend. After a few introductory tasks, Link will be forced into the Twilight World, where Link will be transformed into a wolf. Wolf Link will be accompanied by Minda, a Twilight species that will be later revealed as the Twilight Princess. Link will only be transformed into his wolf form whilst in the Twilight. Wolf Link is not quite as feeble as the bunny form from A Link to the Past. No, in this game, Link will be able to attack enemies with biting moves as well as have Midna assist him with her Twilight magic. In order to break the curse in this game, Link must make his way to the Sacred Grove in mid-game and access the area that holds the Master Sword. The power of the Master Sword will remove the Dark Crystal from within Link's body. If Link talks to Midna, he can ask her to transform in and out of his wolf form, which will assist Link in multiple puzzles throughout the game. So now we know enough about each transformation to really get started with this theory. Let's start by looking at some of the easier connections before diving into the harder stuff.
Bunny Link and Wolf Link are both animal species that Link from both games will eventually transform into. Seems simple enough if you ask me, but the real question is why they turn into these animals. I mean, these are the only two versions of Link that transform into animals with the assistance of darkness. So what is it about these two versions of Link that make them transform? Well, as we stated before, they transform due to a curse. Each curse is absorbed by Link and he transforms. As a bunny, Link is seen defenseless and unable to do much. He receives no advancement in his character. He is just a poor little bunny. Wolf Link is much different though. He is quick and incredibly strong. He is able to attack multiple enemies with a single attack and is incredibly loyal to his pack. Which leads us to the next connection.
Link's similarities with the animals is uncanny. In A Link to the Past, Link is forced into a dark world where everything he knows is turned upside down. I don't know about you, but if I was placed in a dark world with little to no guidance, I would be pretty concerned too. Link must navigate this incredibly scary world with only the skills that got him there, just like a rabbit in the wild. A rabbit must be caught and tamed, and if it is not, then it is usually timid, which means it doesn't stop moving for long. When a rabbit is caught in a pinch, its only option is to run away as fast as it can to avoid immediate death. Similarly to Link in A Link to the Past, once Link retains his bunny-like form, his only option is to get out before it's too late. Meanwhile, Wolf Link and real-world wolves share many of the same qualities too. Wolves are pack animals, meaning they protect one another from threats that may occur. Link is seen doing this throughout the entire game. His childlike friends are in a dark place they have no business being in, and Link must do everything in his power to reunite his friends. When a wolf is backed in a corner, they don't roll over. A wolf will viciously attack his threat as a final effort to flee from an unwanted situation. Link, being backed into a corner multiple times as his wolf form, does the same thing to get free and move on with his quest.
Let's talk about how these animals look spiritually real fast. A rabbit as a spiritual animal is vulnerable, moving through fear, quick thinking, and receives hidden teachings and intuitive messages. This is similar to exactly what Link from A Link to the Past has to do since he entered the Dark World. Link is often timid and moves through dungeons just to find the end. He's often forced to think quickly to avoid attacks from certain enemies, and the biggest connection is the fact that Link and Sahasrahla are in constant connection by intuitive messages. For those who have never played A Link to the Past, Sahasrahla is a man who acted as Link's guide, as well as helped continue the game's plot. On the other hand, wolves spiritually usually have a strong connection with their instincts or intuition, high intelligence, loyalty, and deep desire for freedom. Link from Twilight Princess receives many lessons on how to use his instincts and intuition from his teacher, Hero Shade, who is actually the hero of time. Link is also played through every dungeon and is demonstrated to have a high intelligence when it comes to puzzle solving, not to mention that Link is incredibly loyal to his friends. One big example of that is when Minna was on the brink of death, Link did everything he could in his wolf-like form to save her, as well as Link having to save his friends from the darkness that consumed them into a parallel world. Lastly, his desire for freedom to vacate his wolf-like form, Link must pursue every means to reach the Master Sword and finally lift this unbearable curse.